Quivers brimming, bows bending, arrows whizzing. Hello and welcome to the Broken Sword. Today we are going to look at the most powerful and iconic bows and arrows from Middle-earth.
Build me an army worthy of Gondor.
In Middle-earth, every weapon tells a story, and today it's all about the silent but potent weapon of the archer. Bows and arrows may not always be the flashiest tools in the arsenal, but they've played pivotal roles in the hands of Middle-earth's finest marksmen. But also, if you have missed our epic journey through Middle-earth's most iconic swords that we went through previously, please go and check out that video too. Links of course will be in the description below. But for now, grab your quivers and steady your aim as we delve into the lesser known but equally fascinating tales of Middle-earth's archers and their trusty bows. Let us start off today with the iconic member of the Fellowship of the Ring, Legolas, son of Thranduil. Now, who else out there when the movies first came out saw Legolas shoot and kill all those goblins, orcs, Uruk-hai and thought, I would love to do that myself, and went out and got themselves some archery lessons? Because I certainly did. His bow was never named itself, but what we know comes after the Fellowship left Lothlorien. Here, Legolas was bestowed with the Bow of the Galadhrim by none other than Lady Galadriel herself. This remarkable bow, longer and thicker than the standard Mirkwood bows Legolas was accustomed to, was strung with a string of elf hair, symbolising the deep connection between the elves and their craftsmanship. Let's not forget the moment that left us all in awe. One of Legolas's defining acts of heroism, when he shot down a Nazgul's flying steed with an arrow from this very bow. The scene went like this. Suddenly the great bow of Lorien sang. Shrill went the arrow from the elven string. Frodo looked up. Almost above him the wing shape swerved. There was a harsh croaking scream as it fell out of the air, vanishing down into the gloom of the eastern shore. The sky was clean again. There was a tumult of many voices far away, cursing and wailing in the darkness, and then silence. Neither shaft nor cry came again from the east that night. There would have been very few who could have shot down the great flying steed of a Nazgul, not just for its ability of flight, but also for the fear both it and its rider would instill to those nearby. So, this wielder is more famous than his weapon, but regardless, Legolas and his bow is definitely a good place to start on our list today. Now let's take a step back to the ancient days of the first age of Middle-earth and have a look at the archer of Beleg Cúthalion, the elf of Doriath. He is dubbed the greatest archer and huntsman of his era, and his legendary status is linked so closely to his bow, Belthronding. This unique weapon, crafted from the darkest yew wood, wasn't just a tool. It was a part of Beleg's legacy. But wait, there is more to this tale. Alongside Belthronding, Beleg wielded a remarkable arrow named Dailir. This wasn't any ordinary arrow. It had the incredible ability to be recovered undamaged after every shot. Talk about a perfect duo. While Dailir is really just mentioned in the earliest version of the Lay of the Children of Húrin, it's a detail that's too fascinating to be left out. So, brace yourself for a story that blends heroism with heartache. Beleg's journey wasn't just about defending King Thingol's realm. He embarked on a quest to find his dear friend Turin, leading him to establish the realm of Dor Cuarthol, or the land of bow and helm. Belthronding represented the bow, while Turin's dragon helm of Dolomin symbolised the helm. Tragically, their story took a dark turn. During a rescue mission, a terrible misunderstanding led Turin to fatally strike Beleg, mistaking him for an enemy. This heart-wrenching moment is captured in the words. Thus ended Beleg Strongbow, truest of friends, greatest in skill of all that harboured in the woods of Beleriand in the elder days, at the hand of him whom he loved most, and that grief was graven on the face of Turin and never faded. Belthronding was laid to rest beside Beleg, a silent witness to the sorrow and guilt that overwhelmed Turin, and Dailir, the unbreakable arrow, met its end not in battle, but as Beleg fell upon it while carrying Turin's body. It was a poignant conclusion for a mighty elf who had earned the names Beleg Strongbow and Beleg the Archer through his unparalleled skill and loyalty. Let's fly back to a more familiar time now with that of The Hobbit and look at the man from Lake Town, Bard the Bowman. When you have a title of the Bowman, expectations are certainly gonna run high, and he did not disappoint. Known as one of the most formidable archers among men, his legend is tied not just to his skill with the bow, but to one particular arrow, the Black Arrow. Just imagine the tension of this moment. "Arrow," said the bowman. "Black Arrow, I have saved you to the last. You have never failed me, and always I have recovered you. I had you from my father, and he from of old. If ever you came from the forges of the true king under the mountain, go now and speed well." With this legendary shot, Bard struck the mighty dragon Smaug in his only vulnerable spot, straight in the heart. This extraordinary feat not only saved Lake Town, but also cemented Bard's place in Middle-earth's history. The Black Arrow, a masterful creation reputedly from the dwarves of the Lonely Mountain, was a family heirloom, passed down through generations from the line of Girion. Its unique ability to be recovered after each shot parallels the tale of Beleg's arrow, Dailir, from the First Age. Isn't it fascinating how Tolkien's ideas evolved over time? Christopher Tolkien noted that his father began the Lay of the Children of Húrin in 1918, but The Hobbit wasn't written until the 1930s. This timeline suggests a possible transformation of the concept of Beleg's Dailir into Bard's Black Arrow. It's intriguing to trace these threads through Tolkien's works, seeing how a single concept can be reimagined and woven into different stories in the tapestry that is the history of Middle-earth. After that, let's take a bit of a sideways step now to look at another arrow, the Red Arrow. Unlike the other weapons that I have discussed so far, this one is a little bit different, as it was never loosed from a bow. No, instead it was used for something different, a solemn and urgent call for aid. Just picture the Red Arrow, its tip painted blood red, symbolizing the gravity and urgency of its message, while the rest of its body, black with steel barbs, added to its solemnity. King Theoden of Rohan described the weight of this message when he held the arrow. "The Red Arrow," said Theoden, holding it, as one who receives a summons long expected, and yet dreadful when it comes. His hand trembled. "The Red Arrow has not been seen in the mark in all my years. Has it indeed come to that? And what does the Lord Denethor reckon that all my strength and all my speed may be?" This arrow, delivered to Theoden by Heargon, a messenger from Gondor, symbolized a call to arms and an appeal for allies to come to Gondor's aid. The origins of the Red Arrow are shrouded in mystery. It might have been an ancient tradition of Gondor, or perhaps a more recent invention. The first recorded use was when Borodir of Gondor, along with 5 other messengers, rode to seek the aid of the Eotheod against the Easterlings in the Third Age. Borodir was the sole survivor of this perilous journey, presenting the Red Arrow to King Eorl the Young as a plea for help. Whether an age-old custom or a spontaneous symbol of dire need, the Red Arrow stands out in Middle-earth lore as a poignant reminder of the alliances and bonds that held these kingdoms together. And for those Tolkien fans who love diving into these stories, there is an awesome fan film called The Horn of Gondor on YouTube that is a fascinating take on this tale, so if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth checking out. As we continue today, let's go back to that time of Gondolin and look at the elf lord Duilin. His is a story that is shrouded in the mists of Middle-earth's history. Our knowledge of Duilin comes mainly from the Book of Lost Tales, where he is revealed as a chief of the House of the Swallow, one of the 12 houses of the Gondolin. The House of the Swallow was renowned for its archers, and Duilin was their champion, known as the surest of the archers. Imagine a group of elves, each more skilled with a bow than the last, and at their head, Duilin, an archer of unparalleled prowess. Though Tolkien's early writings offer us only glimpses of Duilin's life, these snippets are enough to paint a picture of a masterful archer whose skills were likely matched by a bow of extraordinary make. Duilin's tale, however, does take a tragic turn during the fall of Gondolin, one of the most cataclysmic events in the history of Middle-earth. In a moment of high drama and chaos, as he defended the city from Morgoth's army, Duilin met his end. Struck by a fiery bolt from the Balrogs, he fell from the city walls, his story ending as abruptly and dramatically as it had been lived. While we may not know the details of Duilin's bow or his many feats, his title as the surest of archers leaves no doubt about his extraordinary skill and the impact he must have had in the defense of Gondolin. Let's take a moment now to gaze upon the mightiest tier of Middle-earth's beings, the Valar. Among these stands Oromë the Huntsman, a figure of awe and reverence. Oromë, renowned for his love of the hunt, made it his mission to track and vanquish the foulest creatures and servants of Morgoth. Although Oromë's bow remains unnamed, its very existence is a testament to its prowess. This isn't just any hunter we're talking about. Oromë was a divine force, a protector of the natural world, and a relentless adversary of evil. His role elevates the bow to a symbol of divine justice and vigilance. With every arrow loosed from Oromë's bow, the balance between light and darkness was upheld. The mere thought of a Valar like Oromë wielding a bow is enough to stir the imagination and underscore the significance of archery even among the mightiest beings in Tolkien's universe. In a world where most legendary bows are named and celebrated, Oromë's unnamed bow stands apart, a reminder of the untold stories and unexplored depths in the rich tapestry that is Middle-earth's history. It's a fascinating thought. What tales could this divine bow tell if it could only speak? As we've seen before with weapons like the sword, the bows are no different in that they are not just used by legendary figures, but are also commonplace among all types of peoples and factions, good or evil. So it would be wrong to not explore how the different people use them and their relationships to this weapon. Elves, revered as the first race to develop and master bow making, crafted flawless longbows, a symbol of their elegance and deadly precision. Each elven realm had its distinct style, from the longbows of Lothlorien and Doriath to the renowned archers of Gondolin's House of the Swallow and the Heavenly Arch. The elves of Mirkwood too were formidable, with their army's backbone comprising archers and spearmen, particularly during the Battle of the Five Armies. Númenóreans took archery to another level with their steel bows, made of hollow steel and renowned for their strength and fear-inducing reputation. These bows, shooting black feathered arrows a full eel long, were a symbol of Númenórean might. Among their heirlooms was the famed bow of Bregor, and they even developed crossbows for bird hunting, a unique cultural advancement in Arda. Gondor's armies included units of longbowmen, equipped with heartwood bows about 68 inches tall, capable of accurate shots up to 200 yards. The Rangers of Ithilien in particular favoured these longbows for their effectiveness both in stealth and combat. The Rohirrim, known for their equestrian skills, chose short bows for practicality as they fought primarily from horseback. These bows, though less powerful, suited their mobile warfare style. The Northmen, including the men of Dale and Lakemen, also relied on bows for both hunting and for warfare. Bard the Bowman in particular, the hero from Laketown, played that pivotal role in slaying the dragon Smaug with his legendary black arrow. Bjorn the Skin Changer supplied Thorin's company with hunting bows for their journey east, and hobbit archers, often underestimated, proved their mettle in battles like Fornost and Bywater. Dwarves, while less prominently bow users, did include short bows made of horn or composite materials in their arsenal. Orcs too utilised bows for hunting and war, with the Uruk-hai of Isengard favouring longer bows made of yew. Tolkien's fascination with bows, possibly stemming from his love of Red Indian stories and historical steel bows from India, adds a layer of personal inspiration to his portrayal of archery. The variety and cultural significance of bows in Middle-earth highlight their integral role in the stories and diverse ways in which different races adapted and utilised this timeless weapon. For our final entry today, it is somewhat of a BOWnus entry, and this comes from the tale of Eärendil's unique bow, the legendary Dragonhorn bow. This remarkable bow is mentioned in a poem recited by Bilbo Baggins in the Fellowship of the Ring during the chapter Many Meetings, where he describes Eärendil's bow as his bow was made of dragon horn. Now, Eärendil was no ordinary character in Tolkien's world. One of his things was that he was the father of Elros and Elrond. And when Bilbo recites this poem, it is in Elrond's very house in Rivendell. Imagine the significance of recounting the exploits of Eärendil, a legendary mariner and a hero, right in front of his son. The dragonhorn material of Eärendil's bow sets it apart from any other in Middle-earth. It is believed to have been made from Ancalagon the Black, the mightiest of all dragons, whom Eärendil famously defeated. This connection between the bow and the dragon adds a layer of myth and mystery to the weapon. However, we must tread lightly here. As much as this is shrouded in speculation and theory, the term dragon horn could in theory refer to a type of wood instead, though the more popular interpretation links it directly to the dragon itself. Given the lack of detailed information, Eärendil's bow remains a tantalizing enigma, a piece of Middle-earth history that sparks our imagination and invites us to explore the realms of possibilities. And there you have it, the BOWnus entry to wrap up our journey through the most powerful and iconic bows and arrows of Middle-earth. So there we have it, a run through of the most powerful and iconic bows and arrows from the histories of Middle-earth. From Legolas's skilled hands, Beleg Cúthalion's poignant story, Bard the Bowman's heroics, to Oromë the Huntsman's divine prowess, these ranged weapons have profoundly influenced the destinies of heroes and realms. We've seen how elves, Númenóreans, Rohirrim, hobbits, dwarves and orcs each developed unique archery styles, with bows varying from elven longbows to Númenórean steel bows and the mythical dragonhorn bow of Eärendil. So I hope today has deepened your appreciation for the bows and arrows of Middle-earth, revealing their significance beyond just warfare, as they are also symbols of heritage, craftsmanship, and the spirit of those that wielded them. And with that now, it is time for my question of the day, which is, if you were an archer, which army would you want to be an archer in, and why? Elven army? A ranger? Maybe even a hobbit archer? Let me know your thoughts and reasons why in the comment section down below. And now it is time to give a massive thank you to our patrons who continue to support the channel. You are all amazing. And if you have reached the very end of this video with me today and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It would massively help us out. And why not drop a like on the video as well? And with that, all I can say is, thank you for spending just some of your time with me today, and I will see you next time on The Broken Sword.